Today is March 21st, and the quote today is called "The Kingdom of Maya." Prabhupada often quoted Christ as saying, "The kingdom of God is for the humble and meek." This then means that the kingdom of Maya is for the arrogant and proud. So, the kingdom of God is for the humble and meek. The meek shall inherit the earth. Humility and meekness is a fantastic quality which very few people cherish or relish. Some people, it even frightens them to think about being humble, because they think if they are humble, they'll lose. Everyone will take advantage of them. They'll never get ahead, which of course is absolutely wrong. As Jesus said, the meek shall inherit the earth. So thinking humility is disempowering is not sensible. I've said before that the language of the spiritual world is the language of Krishna Katha, and the language of the material world is the language of village Katha. So if you speak village Katha, you stay in the material world. If you speak Krishna Katha, you go to the spiritual world. So we can apply that same principle. The consciousness of the spiritual world is intense humility. The consciousness of the material world is pride and arrogance. And so if we remain proud and arrogant, then we remain in the place of pride and arrogance, the material world. If we remain meek and humble, then we go to the place of meekness and humility. And as you may know, at the Rajasuya sacrifice, Krishna took the service of bathing everyone's feet. Quite amazing. And as you may know, in the early days of ISKCON, Prabhupada would cook prasadam, serve prasadam, and then everyone would leave, and then he would clean the pots, clean the plates, clean the floor. And Prabhupada always thought himself servant. Even when he became established in his position as founder Acharya, he always thought he was servant. It never went to his head. And he begged us, he pleaded with us, don't become proud, because if you become proud, everything is ruined. So, we always should remember that we need to practice humility, because that is our path back to Krishna. That is the place, that is the world where Krishna lives. And also Krishna, he doesn't like it when his devotees become proud, because when the devotee becomes proud, it interferes with his or her relationship with Krishna. And just like if you have a friend that's arrogant, it interferes with the relationship. Nobody likes to be with people who are arrogant. Krishna also doesn't like to be with devotees who are arrogant. It ruins the relationship, and that's why his heart melts in the presence of a humble devotee. That's why Mahaprabhu's heart melted in the presence of Sanatana Goswami, who was so humble that Mahaprabhu had to ask him to contain his humility because his heart was melting. He said, I can't take it, I can't stand it. And we also see that Krishna, his heart is melted by humility, but when a devotee is proud, Krishna always does something to intervene, to curb that pride or to prevent the pride. And there's so many stories in our Shastra of devotees' pride being curbed directly by Krishna's intervention, because he doesn't like it, and it is also not good for the devotees. And so he's also concerned about his devotees' well-being. And many devotees have experienced, even here, although we're not present personally in Krishna's pastimes, that sometimes when we become proud, Krishna makes an arrangement to humble us. He just doesn't like it when his devotees become proud. So the thought for today, the kingdom of Maya is that place of pride and arrogance, and the kingdom of the spiritual world is the place of humility, and you get to the spiritual world by the practice of humility.